Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. We are just getting started.
We've seen many free role players that have graced the game, but Ruud Gullit is amongst the elite.
Well, no one would argue with that, Jim, but it's Ibrahimovic! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, Waters has another goal! Superb goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Pick that one out. It was a bullet.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Nice interception, well timed.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Well, it's gone out again, and so we'll have a repeat corner. It's their second corner of the game. Oh, good climb! Firm header just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Silvestre. And it's Vieira. Now it's Gullit. And here's Suarez.
Suarez really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And this is Bale. Takes the shot! Corner number 3 coming up. It's rising! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
He's played it back. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Pass somewhat off target. Nigeria very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Gullit. Has a look and plays it forward. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Great chance! And there's a goal! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Nigeria are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Nagatomo. That's been cut out, well played. And here's Bale. And here's Ibrahimovic. Nagatomo has the space to scheme. Impressive jump. Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Beckenbauer. Desai. Approaching the half-hour mark. And it's Bale. And there's green grass ahead. Ibrahimovic! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And claimed it back swiftly. Oh, they could be caught out here. Van Dijk. Rijkaard. And he's worked it through. That's Vieira. Bullet. Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Oh, it's decent chance! Yes! They are purring, truly purring. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
A case now of complete control. Desai has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles. Nagatomo picks it up out wide. Nagatomo made a surge from full-back, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. And Messi! Against the crossbar! Gives it back. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Now it's Luis Suarez, and this is Hullet. He's picked his way through. Nicely shaped cross. Messi. Bale. Ibrahimovic. Now it's Messi. And that's an errant pass. Neymar. Real chance! Now, how often do you see that?
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Rijkaard. And he's had it nicked away. Hullet, renowned for his long-range shooting. Ibrahimovic. And there's green grass ahead of him. Schmeichel breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hand. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
Please be made aware.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Nigeria marching seemingly on towards victory, 3-0 at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Just eases him off the ball. Hullet. Now it's Hullet. And it's Neymar. Messi, a player who needs no introduction. Space for him to turn and look. Bale going face-to-face with his great rival. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Silvestre. Vieira. Not the most accurate pass. Neymar. Neymar venturing down the left. Silvestre finding himself in space. Varane attempts a clearance.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Messi receives it in a wide position. He leaps for it! Oh, off the bar! And he's there to get it away. Ibrahimovic! It's a goal! Untouchable, remorseless, relentless, a class of their own. And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Can he get it through? Tries to play it through. And he's picked it up out wide. There will be a throw-in. Bale! So their fourth corner of the game. Nigeria are looking to go forward now. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Luis Suarez. Tries to pass it through. Shapes to shoot! And he hits the net! And with that, he takes home the match ball.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
He has simply been truly awesome. He really has stamped his authority on this.
This is a gloriously greedy performance.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
And here's Bale. Little pass back. Pinches it off him. Nigeria do have a chance to counter here. He came in hard, very hard. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. It's Ibrahimovic! And he seemed certain to get the sixth.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
And it's Bale. Looking to play him in. Messi! Brought out the best in the keeper.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Bale. There's the shot! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And he's stuck it away. And it adds further to a heavily one-sided scoreline. This is getting punishing.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
He's got four. That is remarkable.
Substitution in progress.
Oh, nice one too, very nice. Now it's Vieri. Oh, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Neymar. Neymar touches it back. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, important interception. Gattuso. Neymar. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Brilliantly cut out. Neymar engages and forces him off the ball. And that's it. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. Well, I'm Peter Drury, and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And the shot has another go. It's in.
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Nigeria are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was...
Huzzah! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Oh, what has happened here? It's goals! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Botafogo definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Ibrahimovic. He is through here. Delivered with swing. Desai gets it away. Oh, there's a probing ball. And now the breakaway. Not the most accurate pass. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. He's got plenty of space out wide here, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Vieira did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Vieira. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nigeria currently a goal to the good, and with the lion's share of the ball. Rijkaard crosses it in. Oh, great leap! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Towering header! And that's a sharp finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Nigeria are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
He saw the danger and he went crashing in. Rijkaard. It's a pretty loose pass. Silvestre. And it's Azar. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Now who's going to be first to this? Ibrahimovic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Front-footed pressing going on here. He's a sharp little ball here. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Vieira. Silvestre charging forward, the ball at his feet. This looks promising. Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Space for him to turn and look, and he lines up a cross. Buffon claims it, safe hands. Beckenbauer cuts out the pass. Cafu. That's a good foray he's making. Cafu got a long way forward to join the attack. And that's been intercepted.
That was...
And a shot! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Yeah, typically for him, that was the furthest thing from easy, but it still didn't stop him having a go.
Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Vieira. Rijkaard. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And Nagatomo. Nicely weighted ball. Ibrahimovic. Nagatomo drives it in. And he's taking no chances there. And claimed it back swiftly. Robson.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Can he get onto this? Nigeria heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. Nigeria, and the finish! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Corner number 2 then. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Cafu, cross into the box. And now they can spring out of defence. Robson, and that has put paid to that.
2 minutes has been indicated.
That has not gone well. Vieira. And this is Ibrahimovic. Scholes has it out wide and in space. He's having a shot! He's got a goal! And on the stroke of half-time, a priceless goal. And that is indeed the final act. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half.
And the quick
Well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Nigeria leading, but only just 2 on the scoreline.
Substitution in progress.
The second period is underway. More and more pressure on the ball here. Messi. And it's Hullet. Vieira. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's certainly caught him there, it's a free kick. Silvestre. Messi does well to get it back. Silvestre unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And he's picked it up out wide. And a header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
And it's Hullet. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Hullet. Yeah, plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Beckenbauer cuts it out. Scholes. Now it's Hullet. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Played out towards the right wing.
This is the time you need that pace.
Whistle's gone, that's foul. Rafael Varane has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. He's in plenty of space here. Keeper's dealt with that.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. Played into space. Looking for options for movement. That is a brilliant interception.
Botafogo really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Looking to play him in. Ibrahimovic! Well taken goal. Botafogo back on level terms. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Scholes. He might be in here. Has crossed. Chance! Oh, it's fallen loose again. Goal! Botafogo! And the comeback is complete. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Substitutions taking place.
Maldini. Looking for the run. Chips it through. That has been knocked clear. Well timed, excellent interception. Ibrahimovic currently being consciously targeted.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Now he's got space here, and he's quick to get rid. And he's intervened well there. Pass somewhat off target. Messi ventures forward. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Varane with the foul. Nigeria now in a position of desperate urgency.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Nigeria have a free kick. Rijkaard. Well, that looks a decent ball. Rijkaard is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And this is Ibrahimovic. He's found a way past. Played out to the left flank. The less said about that pass, the better. A heavy challenge.
Substitution.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Always onto this. And this is Messi. And Messi! And a neat finish. And right near the end, we have parity. A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll...
Ibrahimovic! Good strike, quite an alarm. And that is the last of the action. Magic. What a magical football match, and genuine... So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Look at the space here. Ibrahimovic showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Nagatomo is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Pull it, and this is Scholes. Free-flowing, fluid, flexible, just some of the words that describe the genius that is Ruud Gullit, a player whose impact on the game remains so profound, so relevant today.
Yeah, you could almost say he was the very first all-action, all-athletic number 10. All those marauding runs from deep, going box to box, these weren't the sort of things expected from a playmaker back in his day.
Vieira.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
It's a searching pass. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Played into space. Floated through. Tries to get it clear. Nigeria have had the ball in promising areas, but nothing to show for it. Tries to pass it through. Chance for a shot! He's got away with one there.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Nagatomo is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. That's been cut out, well played. Nigeria yet to have an attempt on goal. Can he get on the end of this? Now there's a fine ball. Cross in. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you can see his annoyance.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Vieira can see things others simply cannot. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And he's forced to go back. And a chance! Oh, full marks for that effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Cafu. Robson. Now it's Bale. Desai kept his eye on it, and he's there. Bergomi is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Van Dijk. Robson. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's on it, can he get away? Chance! Now it's Bale. Messi. Messi's cross. Schmeichel claims it without any fuss. Now, can they get him away? Oh, well played, well sorted out. Vieira. And it's Nagatomo. Azar. And the counter is on. Oh, easy pickings there. Van Dijk. Vieira. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Well, the ball's gone astray. It's Gullit. Azar. Cafu cuts it out. And anyone who's joined us late, I can confirm that in terms of goals, at least you've missed nothing. He's found a way through, and this is Gullit. Ball's... Oh, good! Oh, off the bar! Nearly, but not quite.
Well, Peter, sometimes that happens. You get a great connection, and yet that proves to be the problem. It was too good to go in.
That has ended up in no man's land. Hazard. Oh, sweet feet. that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Nagatomo delivers. And it's claimed by the keeper. Rafael
There
Varane.
will be 1 minute added time.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And we've reached half-time. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So very little to report. Nothing, indeed, in terms of goals scored.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break.
And a quick announcement today that memorabilia from today's match is now on sale in the Stadium Hall.
Away we go again. So the first half brought no goals. It's an inviting looking ball, that. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Rijkaard.
Botafogo couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Pull it, and pull it! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Hullet actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Scholes clears it away. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, that is one way to stop him. Little doubt, that is a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. Ibrahimovic gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. Oh, that's delightful. He is through here. Beckenbauer. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Hullet. Ibrahimovic under intense pressure.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Oh, important interception. Looking to play him in. Rijkaard. Bale. Oh, good take in a good area. Oh, it's played into the area. And he's taking no chances there. And it's Vieira. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. And Vieri! And he hits the net! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Botafogo have broken through. It's 1-0.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team,
It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, that was a half-decent effort.
he's never the type to turn down a challenge, is he?
Now it's Vieri. That has not gone well. That's a cute ball. He's through here. And this is Vieri! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Vieri clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Hazard with the short one. Vieri. That's an excellent interception. Nigeria have the chance to go the other way. Beckenbauer with a definite foul there. And that's going to be a booking. Van Dijk. He steps in, and that's the end of that. He's picked his way through. Scholes. Hangs in across. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
And it's been played through. Rafael Varane, always a very imposing presence at the back. Scholes. And he's cut it out.
Botafogo clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Bale. Van Dijk makes the interception. Nicely weighted ball. Picked out brilliant. Bale! And a truly agonising miss.
Oh, I think you could really feel his pain there. He was convinced he'd put his side level.
Well-timed, excellent interception. The message is clear, none shall pass. Oh, nicely intercepted. Nigeria are running out of time and out of options.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Peter. Never say never, though.
And this is Vieri. He's had a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Pullet. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Just 5 minutes left. Great vision. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
He's dealt with that really well.
Really well played, he read that perfectly.
Nicely shaped ball. Van Dijk spots it and intercepts. And it's Gullit.
There will be 3 minutes
Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Ibrahimovic. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. So in the end, 1 goal did it. An exciting encounter. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So things are underway. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And that was asking for too much. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Totti.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That has ended up in no man's land.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, the pillar of strength.
Yeah, aggression, hard tackling, they're the foundations of his game, but he can turn defence into attack very quickly and show his terrific athleticism and real power.
Great vision. And this is Messi. Chance! What a save from Peter Schmeichel!
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Vieira clears it away. Vieira, Messi, oh, couldn't quite catch up to that. Chance here to counter. That looks a good ball through. Pinches it off him. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Nagatomo is always looking to play quality balls. Still goalless at the moment. Oh, good-looking ball.
Rummenigge really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Scholes. Looking for options for movement. And this is Totti. And he's definitely on the finish! And he's really put himself on the line here. Oh, great leap! Firm header just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Vieira picks it up from the goal kick. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And it's Messi. Opts for safety. Van Dijk. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Stood up well to him there. Scholes, renowned for his long-range shooting. It's good effort from distance. That is decidedly lacking.
Botafogo certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Van Dijk. It's a searching pass. Pullet. Can he get on the end of this? Aimed beyond the defence. Could move up a gear here. Vieira. Floated through. And he's intervened well there. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Nice looking ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal. They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And that is expertly dealt with.
Might want to be careful there.
Nagatomo promptly onto that, and that is that. Vieira plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Nicely shaped ball, neatly clipped into space. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Robson.
There will be 1 minute added
Nice
time.
interception. His positioning was spot on. Now he's off and running. And we've reached half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here.
Please make sure
So
to
neither
watch the
side
screen
has
for an
found a way
information
through yet.
bulletin from
Well,
the
this will
regional
have given
police
them a
department.
chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition. Something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0.
Substitutions taking place.
We're on the move again.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
Vieira. Rijkaard. Played out to the left flank. Has a look up and delivers. Pullet. Now it's Vieri.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
He's found a way through. It's Totti! He's scored!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Botafogo have fired themselves in front.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands.
Bullet! Now, who's going to be first to this? Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Vieira, spread out to the left. Whistle's gone, that's foul. He's not got that quite right. Nicely aimed pass. Can he finish? Rijkaard. Now then, the ball's come loose.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Scholes. Now it's Totti. He's being it's Vieri! He's keen. Determined to have his say.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get their reward if they can stick at this.
It's their second corner of the game. Cleared without hesitation. Looking for the run. Great chance! And it's in! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Botafogo are sitting pretty, 2-0 up. Takes a shot! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 3 coming up. And he's gone looking for safety. And a chance! In he goes again! Yes! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Oh, he's been caught napping. And this is Vieri. Vieri unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Desai kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Now it's Vieri. And it's Totti. Vieri. Nigeria needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Well, that's well seen too. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Ibrahimovic under intense pressure.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Vieira. No, again there's no way through. It's a really well-measured ball. It's a promising position. And this is... He's having a shot! Has another go! And that's a good finish. His utter joy! He engages with absolute happiness. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, so often it comes...
Just the keeper in his way. Referee has just said play on. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Threads one in. He's onside. He's dealt with that really well.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he was quick to react. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Succumbs to the pressure. And the counter-attack is on here for Nigeria. Messi looking to receive it in space. Pullet running with intent. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Variety is the spice of footballing life too. They need to alter their approach and start shifting this ball out wide.
And he's going to have his name taken.
Substitution.
nicely. Vieri! And he's stuck it away. They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
And yes, it's him again.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Botafogo are having a ball here. Chance, surely! It's fallen kindly here. And that's in. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Oh, that's great movement from him. He instinctively knew that the ball was going to come back out and put himself where he needed to be. The sort of thing you just can't teach.
At least that has given their people something to smile about. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Vieira. Looking for a runner. That ball looks a good one. And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic proves just a little bit too strong. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone.
I'm afraid to tell you that.
So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.